Hey guys, it's D-Jam with Digital DJ Tips. We're hit the final chapter here of this little series on promotional materials, which is rather amusing because this was the actual reason why I started this whole series at all. If you look at the video next to me here, it's DJ Dave Young in a now infamous scene where he was trying to make a promotional video but had a slight mishap right about here. Now, he laughed at himself, which I think is great. He threw it up online. Everybody got a laugh out of it. It made the rounds. It helped for him. But let's imagine, for instance, his MIDI control never collapsed that day, and basically he managed to record his whole video. What would we have seen? About 10 minutes of one camera pointing at him as he's playing. No offense to Dave, but that's just boring. And it's a common problem I've seen with a lot of promotional videos I've seen DJs make. They're so poorly slapped together that, they don't really help as a promotional item. You have to remember something with video now. You're not just thinking how you sound, but also how you look. And I'm not saying about good looking or not, but visually, what does someone see? So that's what we're going to talk about today, because I want you to improve. I want you to get better at this. I want you to make great videos that's going to help you push yourself as a DJ. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is a good piece of advice. Use video editing software. Now, I don't want to hear well, that costs money. I don't have the money for that. No, you have it already. If you're using a Windows machine, there's Movie Maker. If you're using a Mac, you have iMovie. Even YouTube has a video editing suite built in. Now, that's amazed me when I saw it. Even complete with extra clips and other things you can throw in there. You have no excuses. If you can learn how to use Traktor or Serato or Virtual DJ, if you're able to use Ableton Live or Logic, complicated programs like that, you can learn the basics of video editing software. Use it. I would also suggest trying to use multiple angles. DJ City does this a lot with their bedroom sessions. If I had to tell anyone to make a bedroom DJ kind of video, this is how I would do it. All you need to do is find extra cameras if you have them, old smartphones, a point and shoot camera, whatever you have available. Set them up at different angles. Have one facing you, have one maybe up above that's pointing straight down. Have another one from an angle if you can. And as you also can see at one point, they also record the screen. Now imagine you record these 4 different videos and you're floating around in whatever little 10-minute video you're making. That's going to look pretty sharp, as it always does for DJ City. I'd also even throw out there to try other visual elements. You don't always have to just have you playing. In fact, you don't even have to show yourself at all if you don't have to. Go jump in your car and drive around town with a camera on the windshield. Go take a video of a fountain. Go shoot videos at the clubs of just people dancing and all that, even if you're not playing. All of this just becomes visual elements, visual cues. You'll see a lot of videos out there where people just take footage from other videos. They'll get their hands on some documentary of Ibiza or the Miami Winter Music Conference and splice all these images of people in swimsuits dancing at pools and make a promo video out of that. Granted, it's a little bit stealing, but in this more local sense, I'd say just do it. It teaches you how to do new things and have some fun with it. One big tip I want to throw out there: record a soundtrack and lay it in. All these software titles have the capability of that, where you can take out the audio from the camera and instead put your own audio. Let me illustrate here. Here's a tune, basically, if I was using the microphone on my iPhone here. Now, let's switch it to if I actually laid in that same tune as a soundtrack. Doesn't that sound better? You have the capabilities. All these software titles can record. If you're going to record yourself DJing in your bedroom, record that set and lay it on there, because your sound is going to be a lot better and it's going to look a lot more professional. Finally, don't forget branding. You've seen me drop video clips and at other times text and other items on there. It's not that hard. It's really just making a transparent PNG file with your logo or branding or whatever you want, or even just a JPEG if you're not going to show any video playing with it, and just drop it in. At the end of your video, Put your logo with your web address. I mean, this is something you worked on. You're pouring your heart and soul into this. Put your branding on there so at least people can say, I like this. Where do I hear more from this guy? Or else you're just, wasting your time. Now, you can go beyond just you performing. Think beyond performance. There's a lot of things you can do with video. I always like to pull up Armin van Buuren as a prime example of someone who truly utilizes online video. Now, I know some of you might not care for him very much, but if you ever go on YouTube, he is all over the place. It's not just a question of quality, but also a little bit of quantity, because every one of those videos is a lead-in. They find a video of something you put, and that's going to possibly lead them to your website or your social media, which is going to lead them to find out more about you. That could lead them to come to your events, buy your music, or whatever you want. Here's a couple ideas you can try. You can try blogging, for instance, which is just getting on camera and start recording yourself speaking your thoughts. It doesn't even have to be DJ related. I mean, you could become the next Jenna Mornay, or Jenna Marbles as it's known, and still push yourself as a DJ, or do as this guy does. You could try doing tutorials. If you have some skill or trick or something you want to share, make an instructional video. I mean, you could even do the basics. Talk about just how to set up your MIDI control. You'd be surprised. You might think, oh, that's DJing 101. But in reality, people find these videos and they want to see this. You could also just make a chart or a podcast. Take 10 tunes you're playing. Don't even have to mix them. Just play a little bit of each one of them, fade it in there. And for the visual, just show your branding and maybe top 10 for whatever date and have the names of the songs go by. You might wonder why do this, but you could literally turn yourself into becoming an influencer. So suddenly other DJs are going to look to you and say, wow, what is he playing this week? That, or at the very least, you could do montages. Just play one song and use all sorts of different footage you've been capturing of you playing at clubs, people dancing, things out there, all of that stuff, and just make some funny little music video that looks kind of cool. Because again, this is all stuff that's going to lead people to find out more about you, which is the whole prime idea of video. And it's really the prime idea of everything I've been trying to show you here. It's all about hook them, lead them in, and let them find out about you. Whether it's a flyer, whether it's a video, whether it's email, whatever you're trying to do. Which this kind of shows it wraps up this whole series we have on promotional materials. If you're watching this on YouTube, please join us at digitaldjtips.com, where we have plenty of great content, tutorials, and a message forum you can converse with other DJs, including myself. And if you're on the article, please ask questions. Leave it in the comments section. I will answer them. Thanks much for watching everything, and I'll see you next time.